Well, there is some hate coming from some college fan bases towards the Big 12 commissioner, Brett Yormark.
Do what?
Brett Yormark is the new Big 12 commissioner. He was up on the podium today and is basically asking for the downfall of Texas and Oklahoma in their final year of their Big 12 contract as they leave for the SEC next year. Texas fans have taken to Twitter in a mad heat at Brett Yormark, asking for him to be fired while they have 1 year left in the Big 12. And Brett has done an amazing job in making sure that the Big 12 is stable moving forward. Texas fans crying as usual.
So did the SEC is just going to get bigger?
Yeah, the SEC, I mean, they've already confirmed that Oklahoma and Texas will both be joining in this next year. So 2024, 2025, they will get bigger. The Big 12 has added multiple teams for this season, and they have more teams that will be joining them next season as well. I think they'll grow to 16, and when they've been capped out by Fox and ESPN on how many teams they can bring in until they get a new TV deal. The Big Ten has also grown with the additions of USC, UCLA. I think they're also going to be bringing in Oregon and another school from the Pac-12.
I
What's the point of
understand
these goddamn conferences anymore?
There's
money.
not. There's not. I mean, yes, that's the big one. But I was talking with some people over the last month or so that all of this conference realignment has been happening. I said, just get rid of conferences. Let's take all the teams and let's put them in groups of five and make them play each other.
Over and over and over again for like just their conference play.
Well, I mean, so if you've got groups of five that go across the United States geographically, you play those five, or you have 4 games in your division, and then you play 5 games with another division. So there's your 9 games. You play one more, whatever game you kind of want to schedule and can schedule, and then you start the playoffs from there. And you probably expanded from 8 to 12 games in the playoffs, or 12 teams in the playoffs at that point, if not more.
I understand that, but it's not just all about football. There's other sports in college that just doesn't work that way.
Keep the conferences whatever they are for geographical locations for those other teams or sports, because right now having USC and UCLA have to go into the Northeast and play against or compete in gymnastics tournaments or swimming tournaments or track tournaments, that doesn't make sense either.
True. So they
So if
usually only
you
have like a bus budget. They don't have airplanes or anything either.
exactly that's the big portion. So put everybody in geographical locations. Like I said, if you want to split it up that way, you're going to have the Florida schools pretty much playing in Florida and probably right there either in Alabama or Georgia, and so on and so forth as you go throughout the country. And then you'll just play that way, and if you make the playoffs, man, you make the playoffs. That keeps everything kind of copacetic right there in your little region. And then you can also play other teams from any of the other divisions that go on based on regionality, kind of like they do in the NFL.
So basically, what we're going to do is go back to how the conferences used to be.
Yep. Except now there's no conferences, just divisions.
So just
And
The,
you
changing
the
can
the name
pick those
of
system's
it.
gonna
rivalries.
break at
They're
some
just
point.
changing the
Like
name of it.
Well,
It's already breaking right
get
now.
yeah, it's a bad situation, but I just thought it was funny that that Texas fans were crying again and asking for the removal of Brett Yormark, who is going to be their commissioner for one and final year. And good on Brett Yormark for calling out Texas. And I'm an OU fan. I don't care. That's hilarious. You should wish on the teams who are leaving on their downfall.
praying on my down, dude. I mean, they're gonna join Mizzou in former Big 12 teams that are subpar in the SEC.
Well, they were subpar in the Big 12 as well before moving.
Mizzou?
Mizzou, Texas A&M.
Mizzou was not. like right before the move, yeah, but like 2 or 3 years before
Listen,
that.
just
Oh, come
just
on.
because you have 2 to 3 years of being good does not mean that you
That's
have
all
been
we have,
good
man.
for a while. Okay, that doesn't mean that you're not a mediocre team. Always been a mediocre team with 1 to 2 years of good play. Just because Kansas played and won in an Orange Bowl doesn't mean that they're a good team or a good school. They just had a good team for 1 year.
Don't talk shit on Chase Daniel.
Yeah, he was our savior.
Backup
where is he?
QBU. I'm pretty sure he's retired. I don't know
No,
where he's at.
he's still making money.
Is he still in the league?
I
I thought he
believe
was
so. Yeah,
retired.
I thought he was still with the Chargers last.
No, he's not with the Chargers. I know he's in LA because he does I think he does a radio or a television show that's in LA, so he was not willing to move elsewhere so he could continue that gig.
He is a free agent. He just hasn't been signed yet this year.
He's done.
Never count out the best backup ever.
Chad Henne?
No. Even though anything is possible.
Never seen Chase do a 98-yard drive to win.
Chase Daniel has beaten the Chargers.
Everybody and their mom has beaten
Before.
the Chargers.
Not true.
You're forgetting he's a former Chief, man.
I'm not forgetting that.
You're acting like it.
He didn't do anything for us. It's fine.
Yeah, quit talking shit. He won games as a backup for us. Yes, he did.
I didn't say no.
You can't say he didn't do anything for us.
Listen, man, taking a kneel in the victory formation is not winning a game.
His name is in the box score. -2 yards.
Negative rushing yards.